Good morning, all seekers. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hi. So, my name is Morgane. This is the Existential Shift. If you're new, what I do is monthly tarot scopes for all the zodiac signs, with tarot readings and existential shift messages by the month, by the sign. So, your sign is already up there for this month, for past months. Feel free to check it out. Just go to my channel and it's all there. Today, we're going to do a message for you guys. We're going to start with interpreting your dreams. And here's the thing, even if you're watching this after the live, this is very much so relevant to you, because it might hold a message that is relevant to you as well through someone else's dream. And you'll know once you'll hear my interpretation, yes or no. Second of all, it will teach you how to interpret your own dreams. It will give you tools. You'll see what I do, how I approach, my seekers' dreams, and then you can do the same for yourself. We will talk about energetic dreams, psychological dreams, whatever comes through. And then I already pulled cards by the elements. We're going to have tarot for the earth signs, water signs, fire signs, and air signs, and we will pull runes to match it. Okay, and in between we'll just chat. So I'm going to give a few more seconds for people to join. I already see the numbers in the chat going up a little bit, so thank you guys. I know it's morning, I know it's last minute notice. It's hard for me to say, oh, tomorrow at this time I'll be here live. I just don't operate like that. It has to come like in the moment. So forgive me for last minute warnings. But if you're here, say hello in the chat. I'd like to see you, and feel free to share your dream with me or just how you're doing. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I see more people coming in. Hello. I see the numbers of oh, hi, Jennifer. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. If you have a dream, feel free to tell me. BB, wonderful surprise. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. If you're watching this as a recording afterwards, you guys can, tune in for the beginning for the chit chat until we start, because I want more people to join. Or you can just fast forward. All good. Lauren, welcome. Lauren, I don't really remember my dreams after being awake for a bit. Well, a good way to go about it is to put your phone as far away as possible from your bed so you don't have distractions when you wake up, and then sit very, very still. You open your eyes, you just lay down on your bed still. You don't make any sudden movements. You don't think about the day. You don't check your phone, no checking your emails. Put your laptop and your phone, again, far away from your bed when you wake up. And then just breathe in and ask to remember your dream. Now, you can also do it before you go to sleep, which will actually be even more helpful. Just take a deep breath, ask your brain, ask your system to remember, to dream a dream that you can remember, and then in the morning to, ask your brain to remember it. It sounds funny, but it's not. It actually works. The brain listen. You can do the same about waking up. Let's say you want to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and your alarm clock is broken or whatever, or you just want to try it for fun. Before you go to bed, brain, I want to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Be very, very firm about it. Be very, very clear about it. Repetitive about it, and then go to sleep, and you'll see. Sabrina, good morning. Morgane and everyone, thank you for joining. Sabrina, yay, I have a moderator. Where did you learn about dream interpretation? Well, so one of my best teachers for dream interpretation, but we'll go into it further a little bit because dreams are a very complex thing. Thing is, it's not a system that you learn. It's a method that you learn. One of my lovely teachers was Sagi Mendelboim back in Israel, whom I also learned tarot with. But the important thing to note is the focusing on a method. And it's not a method like a strict method, that's the rules you go by, but an approach, meaning it's not like a dictionary, this dream means that, because it's impossible to then understand all of it. It's just learning symbolism You got to learn a lot of symbolism in life. Just learn a lot about occult systems, symbolism, theologies, philosophies. That's how you know what things mean. And you got to combine it with understanding the person, the individual that shares their dream with you, because it's subjective. It's about their experience. It's also about knowing how to guide them through the dream, because, okay, an elephant to me and an elephant to you is something completely different, although there is the dictionary symbolism to an elephant. So everything kind of warps itself together. Know symbolism, right? Know the human brain, and that will allow you to how to learn to interpret dreams. And of course, intuition doesn't hurt. Um, Here's the thing, guys. You have such an amazing privilege to learn so much from YouTubers and from platforms and from the internet. When I was growing up, doing all my research and searching and seeking and wanting to know, what I had was traveling, looking for the people physically, right? Reading dusty, heavy, old books, because today there's a book for everything, right? Because now it's in fashion. Occults and spirituality. Back then, it was a small nook in the library in Hebrew. Most books around the world, some of them were, translated to Hebrew, some of them were not. Most of them were not, actually. A lot would get lost in translation. So I would learn a lot about Jewish mysticism, but I wanted to know about, I don't know, Norse mythology and European tarot and African witchcraft and all those things. I traveled and I traveled and I met new cultures. I was in Europe for years on and off, back and forth, Europe, Israel, different countries. I was in Ireland. I would read so many books. I didn't have YouTube. You gotta just do it. You gotta just study and learn and think and write. I would buy like heavy books in English. It would be a completely foreign language for me, let alone if you add the occult language to it. And I would like sit with a dictionary next to it and write it down in Hebrew. A lot of work. And then it really sinks into your brain, as opposed to like having so many sources. You just watch it while you do the dishes. You're not really focused, and it's like it comes through one ear and goes out through the other. Focus, give it attention, That's how I learned everything I know. Sorry. And also, psychology. I studied psychology, the human psyche, neurology, anatomy. I studied so many things. Something that really helps me with my work, for example, I went to a university in Israel for 1 year for therapeutic horsemanship. They teach you so much about, psychiatrist stuff and psychology and anatomy of the human body and horses and connection with animals and how to help children and people with disabilities, all kinds of disabilities, physical, emotional, psychological. Study things in life, a lot of them, and the more you know about humanity and about life and symbolism, of course, there you go, interpreting dreams. Let me scroll up and read you guys. Lauren, I always check my phone right away. Definitely going to try this. I used to be able to choose what I dream about when I was a kid. Thank you. Yeah, because when we're a kid, we're clear, we're clean, we're open, we're focused. They say kids are not focused. Oh, they're so focused. Maybe a lot like tarot makes sense. Yep. Good morning, Ray. Lauren, you had the authentic experience. Yes, but keep in mind, you can too. It's a choice. I still read physical books, not as much as I did when I was a kid and a teenager. I read constantly. I was always with a book, always with my nose in a book, And the experience, it's not just books. You got to walk life. I was homeless for 6 months. You know how much that taught me? Oh my God. I used to run away from home as a teenager. Like, I was literally everywhere and everything. Not to say that you want to experience difficult things on purpose just to learn, but if you're experiencing difficult things, transmute it into knowledge and into awareness. Just instead of, being negative about it, just observe what you're experiencing and learn. Hi, Hoon, welcome. Um, okay, guys. So anyone actually has a dream to interpret? Yesterday was fire. People were just writing dreams left and right. It doesn't have to be from last night. It could be a dream that you remember vividly that you once had, or something that repeats itself. All good. Especially the dreams that we tend to remember after a while, they still mean something. Listening from the car is cool. And by the way, in case you're wondering, everyone dreams. The question is whether you remember the dream or not. Okay, Sabrina. I had a dream a while ago, but couldn't really find a definition for it. I was in a clear house with a sunny, beautiful yard, and there was those two white cougars, really wild, running from right to left. But they were aggressive, defensive, but I wasn't afraid of them. And they were not aggressive or menacing towards me because they are you. Um, so if I have, before I go into your dream, Sabrina, if I have any moderators in the house, I would really appreciate if you were to do the moderating thing as well. That'd be awesome. Thank you. And if you're in the house, please be sure to like the video. All right. Oh, sorry, I just kicked the. Okay, so you were in a clear house, sunny, beautiful yard. There were two white cougars, wild cougars, running from left to right, right to left. Aggressive and defensive. Something about your duality, because we have two cougars, of your instincts, right? Wild animals are definitely representatives in dreams of our instincts. So you're saying they were defensive and aggressive, but you were not afraid of them. You are not afraid of your own instincts. You're not afraid of your own aggression. But the thing is, it calls you for a more dual understanding of your instincts, as opposed to just being defensive and aggressive. Also find the possibly protective, which is different than defensive and aggressive. Protective in ways of others, not just of yourselves, because we have two cougars, but they're both the same color, right? They're both white, and they're both like seemingly don't have an agenda because of the color represented. It's like inclusive for everything. Like white is all colors, but it's also none of them. So it's interesting because usually I will guide people to unison dualities, but because there were clearly two cougars and not one cougar, but two, yet they were both doing the same thing and both the same color, your psyche is calling to kind of develop discerning between different aspects of your instincts and tap into another aspect of your instinctual energy, which is more seeking for the love and positivity, and instead of just having it work for you, also like you can use that energy, you can use that power, you can use that strength and that wild energy of these beasts to also seek other people to do it for them, to help them with, right? So I hope this was helpful. And the fact that it was like a clear house with a sunny, it's like things are good for you or were good when you were dreaming that dream. So it's like your spirit was guiding you to say, okay, you're safe. You're safe. You're okay. You can use that energy now to go outside of yourself and be protective towards people. One fixed me in the eyes at some point and one continued guarding. Okay. Well, I hope this was helpful. Yeah, it doesn't add me too much because it fixed you in the eyes. It's just another correlation to it being a part of you. Lauren, I also had a repetitive dream when little. My family was on vacation in the cabin in the woods with other extended family, and everyone was packing up and leaving. And my mom said she forgot something in the cabin, and I ran after her, knowing she shouldn't go in, but she did. I followed her, and then we were chased by something evil. I would wake up from that point after being chased. I'm going to read this again. My family was on vacation in a cabin in the woods. Vacation, cabin, woods. Okay. With other extended family. Okay. And everyone was packing up and leaving. And my mom said she forgot something in the cabin, and I ran after her, knowing she shouldn't go in, but she did. I followed her, and then we were chased by something evil. Okay, this is generational karma that has to do with your family, that most of them are now getting over and getting through and leaving, but your mom insisted on going back to repeat it for some reason. And the insistence on repeating past karmas and past pains from past lifetimes, she's probably not even aware. It could be representative of you, your mom in the dream. It could be a representative of herself. It could be a representative of both of you. That's yours to know or to tell. But don't look back. Don't look back to that old cabin in the woods where something bad happened, probably in a past lifetime, in your family lineage, or something to your family lineage. Maybe it's not a past lifetime, but someone in past generations probably dabbled with some negative energy. OMG, that was such a light bulb moment. Wow, cool. Cool, Lauren. Yeah, someone in your family ancestry, I don't know how long back, but because it's family with long distance relatives, could be going back, could be like a further cousin, something like that, that dabbled with some intense beings or energies, and they may have kind of took something in turn, like an energy exchange. Okay, we're giving you knowledge, we need energy in exchange, and that kind of latched onto your family. But again, there's a sense in this lifetime or in your generation that there's an opportunity to leave it, but your mom stays there, possibly from an emotional connection to this family trait or this family place or this family member or this family event or culture. Even maybe it's not family, but culture represents me, right? This could be cultural. This could be a cultural trauma. There are so many nations who've been through some sort of persecution or trauma or slaughter or whatever, and maybe your mother is very close to it somehow, and she doesn't know she repeats that cycle in her life, and that affects you. Don't run after her into that house if she insists on running. Lauren, my great grandma married some man in dark arts. She died mysteriously. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. See, yeah. Don't go there. Don't search for that house. Don't search for that man. Don't search for that part of your family. Don't ask about it. Don't turn about it. Cut cords. Cut cords completely. Now, I don't mean like with your mom, God forbid, but like surround yourself with energy. Cut cords, imaginary cords from outside of that to that story. Don't repeat this person's name ever out loud. Ever. Because if she's your great grandma and it reached all the way to you, whoever this person was, he was very powerful. And he dabbled with very powerful energies. And you're definitely not in a place to overcome it. It's not your job. It's not your position. You don't need to do that. Just move along. And okay, light. I'm going to give you an advice now. Buy 40 black candles. Lauren, are you listening? This is important. You don't have to, but that's my advice, okay? 40 black, pitch black candles. Every night for the next 40 nights, every night for the next 40 nights, and please start today. Neptune is going retrograde today, and the full moon in Capricorn is still strong. So start today, find somewhere to buy 40 black candles, and every night light one of them to burn through the night. Don't turn it off. If it's still on in the morning, don't leave the house until it's naturally blown off. Don't you blow wind to turn it off. Okay, so this is something you need to be devoted to for 40 days. It will likely, burn off by the end of the by the end of the night. But whatever you do, don't blow it off. I don't care if you're late. Don't set an intention. Don't speak anyone's name. Say, I am Lauren, daughter of, and then mention your mother's name. That's it. Don't mention your grandmother, nothing. I am Lauren, daughter of your mother's name. Don't mention your mother's maiden name out loud when you do that. Just her first name. Just her first name. Just her first name. Not her marital name, not her maiden name. I am Lauren, daughter of X. I light this candle in protection and purification. That's it. I am Lauren, daughter of. I light this candle in protection and purification. That's it. Don't add anything of your own vocabulary, please. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay? 40 days, 40 nights, 40 nights. You don't want this dragged into your future generations. You're welcome. BB, I had a recurring dream that all of my teeth, guys, 40, there's X amount of people in the chat, but only half amount of likes. If I'm helping you, press that button. I'll just, I don't know. And if I have moderators in the house or someone who wants to do that for me, let me know. And I'll make you a moderator, okay? Baby, I have a recurring dream that all of my teeth would fall out. I would put them all in a glass of milk and had a very hard time trying to get my mother to take me to the dentist to get them put back. Do you still have this dream? Baby, are you still dreaming this about teeth falling out? And is your mother still alive? That's 2 questions that I need to know. Okay, thank you, Sabrina, and let's add BB. So, BB, you're now also a moderator. Thank you to Sabrina and BB. But every once in a while, you still have this dream. Okay, is your mother still amongst the living? Knock on wood. Okay. You might feel like you've been neglected by your mother, possibly health-wise, well-being, like she didn't take care of you. She wasn't there. And wait, let me read this again. Your teeth would fall out. You would put them all in a glass of milk and had a very hard time trying to get them. Yeah, milk is also a representation of your connection to your mom, right? You trying to have her do the mom things, the motherly things. Here's something very important for me to tell you. You're still psychologically expecting your mom to help you, health, emotionally. If you keep doing that, you will deteriorate more and more. You gotta be the one taking care of your health. You gotta be the one taking care of your health. You gotta be the one taking care of your well-being, not actively or psychologically, subconsciously waiting for your mom to do that for you. So don't ask her to help you with things. Don't ask her to do things for you. She was always busy working. Yeah, that makes sense. Don't expect her to be a mom now. If she'll ever turn into a mom, great, but don't live your life with an expectation to it, because when you put your powers waiting on someone, especially if it's your mom that's supposed to nourish you and she's not, there's something very deteriorating about it, and it can cause deterioration of health and energy. So just still love your mom, still be in touch with your mom, whatever, but zero expectations of mom stuff. Because every time you expect something or hope for something and she says no or doesn't follow through, something in you dies. That inner child in you is really yearning for care. You got to be that mom for yourself now. You got to mother your inner child. Every time there's a need that comes up, sit with your inner child. Be like, I'm so sorry you feel this way. I'm here for you. I'm listening to you. I'm always with you. Let me do something for you. And then do it for you, for your inner child. Okay? I hope this was helpful. But especially because it's teeth, I'm saying it. It's really crucial, actually. I don't know how your health is. If you're not feeling well, it's correlated. So you gotta do so right now. Okay, unless anyone else has another dream to share, and thank you guys for sharing with me, giving me an opportunity to guide you in that way. Lou, hey Lou Rubik. I've had a dream where two strangers were following me. Also, guys, by the way, if you want to reciprocate, just so you'll know, Super Chat is open, and the link to PayPal is below in the description box if you want. Lou, I had a dream where two strangers were following me on the streets. They were looking suspicious to me, and after looking at them, I realized they were vampires. I ran for a few minutes, but they catched me. I blacked out, and I woke up in the last floor of a castle. Everything looked beautiful, and I thought it was the best moment of my life. I don't feel like that in real life. Okay. So you were walking down the streets, you were followed by two strangers that felt suspicious, and you realized they are vampires. You ran from them. They caught you. You fainted, and you woke up in the last floor of a castle. Everything was beautiful, and you thought it was the best moment of your life. Okay. This is a past lifetime memory coming through from probably at least a few hundred years ago. You turn into a vampire too. I love this so much. It's at least a few centuries ago. You lived in that castle. Ooh. Okay, so you were part of a very interesting culture or family or area of living where energy work and occult and witchcraft were very dominant. It's probably been secretive. Like, let's say your family did that, they may have not shared it with their neighbors or culture, right? If it was your neighborhood, your culture, your area, it may have been something unique to the area, done in secret, but not shared with visitors or with foreigners. BB, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you. here's the thing. It wasn't a bad time in your life. It was a very empowering, magical lifetime for you, Lou. And these two vampires actually represent two people that you were very, very close with that they're trying to find you now, like a soul family. Now, I don't know if they're conscientious to it. There might be just, they're probably just regular people like everyone. But something about their spirit is yearning for you. They're looking for you because you're like a very tight group. You may have formed a very powerful bond in the past. You may have been, I think you've had a few lifetimes where you were out of that type of life. This might be a lifetime where you're coming back to mysticism and occults and the mysteries, because I think your soul wanted to experience other stuff because it was such an intense life experience of magic. Lauren, thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate you. Thank you. So you might not recognize them easy, or you think they might serve as a threat, or you won't be sure. But there are two soulmates, fellow magus, who are searching for you, whether they know it or not. You might, listen, if there's a place like in Europe, or a place that has castles, or a place that you've always been super obsessed over or always wanted to visit, and you can't really explain your attraction to the place, go there. Just get on a plane, get on a boat, get on a train, and just go there. Just do it. Just do it. Just have fun. What's the worst thing that will happen? You'll just have fun, right? You'll hang out. Hi, Jade. Thank you. Welcome. Even if they're not there to meet these two, it will trigger something. It will trigger memories. It will trigger at least vibrational reconnection to that time. And so it will attract them. Like the universe will kind of draw them closer, easier like that, because you'll put yourself in their frequency. Okay, I hope this helped. I don't know if it hit the mark, but if it did, good luck. Okay. Lou, OMG, I resonate so much with this. I've always felt a relation with occult knowledge and witchcraft. I think I know who these people are, at least one of them. Thank you so much. You're the best. Yay, that's cool. Okay, cool. Hun Kim, dreaming of a shadow, and once I realized it was my ex-girlfriend's soul sister, I wake up, shadow make me scared, uncomfortable. Guys, you've got to be able to write me in a way that I understand what you're trying to say. And this will be the last one, and then I'll show you the cards for today. A shadow, I once realized it was my ex-girlfriend. Dreaming of a shadow, and once I realized it was my ex-girlfriend's soul sister. I don't understand what all of that, I don't understand what it means. I'm so sorry. I wake up, shadow makes me scared, uncomfortable. I don't know if the shadow is your girlfriend, your ex, or her sister. I don't understand. Sorry, driving. Oh, okay. So please don't text and drive. You might be still haunted by the relationship, and it's been a lot, and it's something that you haven't dealt with. So just sit with yourself, and maybe now as you're driving, think about that time and how it affected you and how she affected you, and just face it. And don't hide from yourself how that relationship made you feel, or how the ending made you feel, etc. And guys, I love that you're listening to me driving, but please drive safe, and no one writes and drives at the same time, please. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. All right, cool. That was fun. I pre-pulled cards, one for the elements. So let's start with the earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. 6 of Wands. So today's can form some sort of an achievement. Maybe you'll get some good news about something you worked for, tried to, competed for, some sort of an acknowledgement, appreciation. People, this could be a group of people telling you that they're with you, around you, rooting for you. This could be just a connection with a few people and just enjoying it. It could be a celebration where you feel honored or just belonged. Enjoy it, relish on it. Let's pull a rune for that. So a rune for my Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. for Six of Wands for this message, please. Fehu in the reverse. It's just not a day to stay home. Go out there, interact, connect with people around you. If something feels like a loss or feels like not working, it's for the sake of something else working better. Hoon Kim, thank you so much for the 5. I don't know if it's pound or euro, I'm not sure, but thank you so much for the 5. Appreciate you guys. It's think about a way, earth signs, of turning lemons into lemonade. Something seemingly to be a lot. For example, if you lose your job, your day job that you hated anyway, look at it as a wonderful opportunity and timing to start that project or business or plan that you always wanted to do and you just didn't have time for, or you weren't sure if it's worth losing a paying job for. Well, now you don't get to choose. Now this is your chance to just do it. It's Fehu in the reverse. Now Fehu can also be the letter F. Okay, water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. 9 of Pentacles, very similar to the 6 of Wands in a more financial way. There's a sense of acknowledgement of what you have accomplished and looking around you and be like, wow, I did this. There's a sense of appreciation from your environment to how well you've been doing and how great you look. Someone might tell you that you look really, really good, or wow, that outfit is amazing, or you look so great, or your energy is so this, and that post was so cool. Or there's some sense of like self-validation through results, tangible results that you can see around you with the 9 of Pentacles. It's also, doing something nice for yourself, treating yourself, getting yourself something nice. If you've been thinking about that blouse or that dress for a very long time, or that jacket, just get it. Just do that for yourself. You've earned it. You've worked so hard. You might receive some finances today that you've been waiting on. Maybe a check will come in the mail or a notification. Hey, your payment is being processed. Great. Rune for the 9 of Pentacles for my water signs. Manaz in the upright. So now we're connected to a community. It's a group of people that acknowledges you. Also, this combination, you might be going from, those of you who are single might be going from single to meeting someone that end up being your partner or your spouse or something long-term that you build with. This is also standing out within a group of people. Manaz. Yeah, this could be the letter N. Okay. This can also be like a garden, like a public garden that you're walking through, and it's really, really beautiful and it does you really well. So if you get a chance to take a walk today at the park, dress nice. Don't look like a slob. 9 of Pentacles. You never know who you might meet, okay, or what inspiring post you'll want to make with a beautiful picture from the garden. It's coming up. Also, animals. Connection with animals. Listen to animals today. You don't have to really understand what they say, but if just listen to the chirp of the birds, or if a butterfly crosses you, just look at it until it disappears. Like, take a moment, give it a moment. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I haven't seen them, by the way. I pulled them, but I haven't looked at them. 7 of Pentacles. Fire signs, there might be something today that makes you feel like, oh, it's not enough. I should be doing more, I should be having more. I'm not satisfied with how it looks, but you need to know that this tree is growing. Right now, it looks like it doesn't seem to be growing on the surface because its roots are working on really, really grounding themselves and kind of growing from underneath the earth, the foundations of it, and it will flourish. You're setting really important ground foundations to something big that will grow and will be worth the while. And if you have an intuitive hunch or a deep understanding of what you can do to better the situation, go for it. Rune for fire signs for the message of 7 of Pentacles, please. Perdo in the reverse. Um, don't be tempted to share a secret that you're not comfortable with someone just because you feel like pressure to get something done or have something accomplished. If you're not entirely sure if this is an information that you want to share or put out there, don't wait with it. Not a day to share secrets with people you're not entirely sure if you can trust. Hello, Helen. You might hear something about someone that said something, did something behind your back, that you thought you had something good with them, but then you're like, oh my God, really? That person said that? Why would they say that? That's possibly not true or possibly hurtful. It's gonna be okay. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The devil. Air signs, you little cute devilish as you. Today you just want to go wild and not care and not think and not plan. You just want to let loose everything and just feel deeply without having the air element hold you back. But keep in mind, it might draw you into a situation where it will be very hard for you to, like, it's very easy to break shit down, way harder to build them back up, right? Just one night, just this, just that, but then the repercussions of it, right? We're free to make our choices. We're not free of the consequences. That's your phrase of the day. Yes, you're free to make your choices, but you're not free of your consequences. So just keep in mind, do whatever you want. Just keep in mind that the consequences will be matching to your action. If you're comfortable with that, all right. If not, just consider that. Let's pull a rune for air signs, please, for the devil, for their message. He was in the reverse. You don't want to go there, air sign. You don't want to do this thing. You don't want to say that thing. You don't want to. Okay. A toxic ex contacts you and pulls the same strings that they know, press your buttons and get you to say yes or come and meet them, or just one time, just one night, just this last time. Just it will have the power of inertia. Like that one little thing that you'll do with them will drag on for months or for years, and whatever work you did in order to get over it, it will just go to it once again. So think, if you have someone in your life that is like always wants you to come over, they never want to go over to your place, and they never give you too much, and they're just like, oh, come over, and you're tempted, take yourself out of the situation and think about it like in the big picture. They don't seem to care about you. They don't want to make an effort. This could be you, by the way. Everything could be reversed. Sorry. This entity here, this person or this thing, does not want to make an effort. And it makes the other person make the effort. It comes from a very egoic place, possibly narcissism, that needs constant validation and people to work hard for them, or they feel really, really insecure. That requires help and therapy and love, but not at your expense or not at the other person's expense. Now let's look at this as a whole, as a reading for the collective /Seekers 13 /Ophiuchus. Look at it the way you want to look at it, but it's more of a collective thing. So we have Fehu in the reverse, Manaz in the upright, Perdua in the reverse, and Ehuaz in the upright. Hold on one second. And then we have Six of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, and the Devil. Okay. This is not a time to push for more money, not a time to ask for a raise, not a time to ask for a loan from the bank. You do have things going on for you. You are worthy of it. It is appropriate to receive by you. But the energies and the individuals are not supportive today. So just not that branch, or not that representative, or not today, or not that specific boss. Maybe one of the bosses is not in today in the office. You're like, okay, I'm just going to ask the partner, the other partner or something. No, wait for the right timing when you know energy is more receptive and more positive. Don't assume that it will just be okay. Like, oh, the universe takes care of me. Every timing is a good time. No. Just be smart about it. Plan. Because this is something that matters to you. This is something that you can do very well in. So don't let impatience take you back a long time. Also, someone wants what you have. It drives them nuts. How come you can and they can't? How come you have and they don't have? How come you know and they don't? They're not taking it to themselves of how they can learn, they can improve. They're saying that you're just lucky, or you're just pretty, or, God forbid you'll be pretty and talented at the same time. No, you must be sleeping with someone. It's like that kind of people. Very gossipy, very jealous, very spiteful, they want, but they don't want to do the work that requires. And then when they see other people achieving because of their talent, skill, or energy, they just dismantle it into excusing how come they are and they're not. Really negative vibe. Just really don't interact with that person or these people. Don't argue with them. They will drag you down to their level and they will make you look bad. So yeah. But other than that, you're doing really, really, really well. Don't let evil eye, meaning like jealousy, affect you. Just don't be around it. Just kind of try to work your way around it and away from it, at least for today or whenever you're watching this. When I say today, it's either like, it's not necessarily when I record this. That's why I don't put a specific date. 2 years from now, you're guided for this. This can be for you. Okay, guys, I want to thank you all for joining and for tuning in, whether live or afterwards. I appreciate you guys. Be sure to check out your monthly tarot scope by the zodiac sign and check out your other placements. You also have the extendeds already up on Vimeo. Check out Patreon. Tons of VIP content, more runes, lunar spirit, all the extendeds, fun stuff, karmic shift and liberation. If you want to study tarot from me, Tarot Masterclass Bunkai link is below. Check it out. And that's it. I love you. I'll see you next time. Sabrina, I'll post the timestamp soon. That's awesome. Thank you. Yes, have a great day, everyone. Blessed be.